Hello, my dear friends. Welcome once again to a new topic from Easy Walk to English Grammar. Let's start with three sentences today. This is a man. He looks at an elephant. He loves wildlife. Now we are going to check the effect when these sentences stand separately and the effect when they are combined together. We can connect the above three sentences to a particular context. Imagine that you really meet the man in the picture in your life and you need to tell about his love for wildlife to one of your friends standing near you. How will you tell this? Will you tell like this? This is a man, he is looking at an elephant, he loves wildlife. If you say so, your friend will definitely become confused and will start to think something negative about your sanity. So, what's the solution for this? These separate our individual sentences cannot help you to describe a particular person because it will cause the listener to feel some sort of awkwardness. How can we avoid that trouble? We can seek the help of who. How? The man who is looking at the elephant loves wildlife. See the difference? When you connect those three sentences together with the word who, a miracle happened there. The thing became a wonderful expression now. It avoided the monotony that caused by those three individual sentences. Let's look into another example. Here also we can see three sentences. This is a new dish. My mother cooked it. It tastes delicious to describe one single dish. How do they get off the monotony of describing a particular thing or a single thing with these three individual sentences? This time, however, you won't use these three individual sentences to describe the dish to your friend because you know that it seems ridiculous. Then who will help us this time to combine these sentences? Which? How? The new dish which my mother cooked tastes delicious. What function did those words who and which did in each of those sentences? They relate or connect a noun to the words that follow, or they help us to connect different parts of a sentence. What are they called in English grammar? They are called relative pronouns. Now let's check how do some other relative pronouns help us to connect individual sentences together. First is that. Here we can see again two sentences. He is the man. I am looking for him. Let's see how that's going to help us. He is the man that I am looking for. Next relative pronoun is what. I say it, I mean it. How will we connect these two sentences using what? I say what I mean. Now we can look into the use of whose to connect individual sentences. I love the girl. Her hair is golden in color. I love the girl whose hair is golden in color. Next is whom. He gave the book to someone. I don't know that person. He gave the book to someone whom I don't know. Next, we can look into some other features of this relative pronoun. In this sentence, the man who is looking at the elephant loves wildlife. We can see that the relative pronoun who connects or relates the man, the phrase the man. And we can say that who in this sentence refers to a person. In the next sentence, the new dish which my mother cooked tastes delicious. Here we can see that which connects or relates the phrase the new dish. And we can say that which here refers to a thing. Regarding both these examples, we can come to a conclusion that who always refers to a person and which always refers to a thing. Again, in this sentence, he is the man that I am looking for. That connects the man. And we can say that here refers to a person. In the second sentence, this is the book that I'm looking for. That connects or relates the book and that's a thing. And we can say that in this sentence refers to a thing. So what conclusion can we come to on the basis of these two examples? That can either refer to a person or a thing. In this video, we are particularly going to deal with three of the relative pronouns who, whom, and whose. And we'll definitely deal with the rest of the relative pronouns in some of our coming videos. Now, I would like to drag your attention to another feature of who, whom, and whose. For this, you need a thorough knowledge about subject and object. If you have any doubt how to find out subject and object from a sentence, I have done a video about that and you may please visit the channel and feel free to watch it. Coming to this point, we can see three sentences on the screen. And in the first sentence, we know the man is the subject and we can see who clearly refers to subject. In the second sentence, this is the man whom I was looking for. I is the subject because I do the verb was looking and the man is the object in that sentence and we can see whom clearly refers to object. Coming to the third sentence, I think you need a bit detailed explanation there. Whose here helps us to select from a group. In order to understand this, you please imagine like this. This particular doctor in this sentence, that man whose hair is curly is a doctor, is standing in the midst of his friends. Means he is in a group. If you want to tell your friend who is standing near you that particular man is a doctor, how will you describe this man to your friend? You will definitely say this sentence, that man whose hair is curly is a doctor. When you say these words, whose hair is curly, your friend will immediately recognize that you are speaking about that particular man. That is the purpose of whose or the relative pronoun whose in that sentence or in any other sentence. Whose can refer to person or thing. Regarding relative pronouns, you should know one important thing. In modern English, use of whom is treated as extremely formal. Means the use of whom is to an extent restricted in modern English, especially American English. They avoid whom totally in their speaking and also in their writing. And it's treated as extremely formal, means if a thing becomes extremely formal and if we use it in our natural course of speech, it may damage the beauty of the language. It sounds odd if we use a word which is treated as extremely formal in a normal situation. So it's better to avoid the use of whom in our daily English. If you would seek my opinion, I'd like to tell you, if you are a student of an ESL country, as part of the traditional way of learning English grammar, you may please continue to use whom in your answer sheets. But if you are a person who needs to improve the language, English language, the day-to-day use of English, you may please avoid the use of whom in your normal course of speech. Now, I'd like you to notice another wonderful characteristic of relative pronouns. In these sentences, you can see a wonderful thing. Did you notice this before? In the first sentence, the man who is looking at the elephant loves wildlife. We can see that the relative pronoun who is placed immediately after the phrase it's referring to. Means who refers to the man, and it's placed immediately after the man. In the second sentence, the new dish which my mother cooked tastes delicious. Here also we can see that the new dish comes immediately before the relative pronoun which. And in other words, we can say which is placed immediately after the phrase the new dish which refers to. It cannot be placed anywhere else in the sentence. In the third and fourth sentences also we can see the same thing. In the third sentence, this is the man whom I was looking for. Whom is placed immediately after the man. In the fourth and last sentence, whose is placed immediately after that man. In the sentence, that man whose hair is curly is a doctor. I hope you understood what about I am speaking. We can make a note of this rule. Relative pronouns should be placed immediately after the nouns they refer to. And the nouns that come before the relative pronouns are called the antecedents of the relative pronoun. Here we can check where we can go wrong in the use of relative pronouns. In the first section, we can see two sentences. I'm searching for a man who is a doctor. I'm searching for a doctor who is a man. Let's check when who is placed immediately after the word man, what meaning it gets. In that sentence, it means that I'm searching for a man and he is a doctor. His designation is that of a doctor. In the second sentence, I'm searching for a doctor who is a man. The meaning can be there are a number of lady doctors, but I'm searching for a doctor who is a male doctor I'm searching for. In the second section, the man who looks at the elephant loves wildlife. There is no problem. The sentence is okay. We dealt with that sentence in the beginning of the video. In the second sentence, the man loves wildlife who looks at the elephant. Here we get the idea that wildlife is looking at the elephant and it's an error. When it comes to the man looks at the elephant who loves wildlife, there we get an idea that the elephant is the elephant loves wildlife, not the man. So it's also an error. So be careful while using relative pronouns. That's my request. Thus, here we finish with the basics of relative pronouns. If you haven't subscribed to the channel still, if you need wonderful information regarding English grammar, please subscribe to the channel. These are the answers for our previous exercise. The rabbit is hers. This house is yours. The van is ours. The laptop is his. If anyone is watching the video in this channel for the first time, this is all about possessive pronouns. The link for this video is given below in the description box. Exercise for this video is to combine the following sentences using the relative pronouns given in the brackets. Hope this time also you'll enjoy the task. Do you find it difficult to learn and memorize the three forms of verbs, the base form, past form, and past participle? For example, words like go, went, gone. We'll certainly try some interesting tips to make the process of learning these words pretty fast in our coming video. Wait for that, please. And before leaving, please don't forget to like or share or comment the video if you liked it. Bye for now. Take care.